Oh, good evening. It is 11:49 p.m. where I am at this time, and I've decided I would go ahead and record another video and just start posting videos because apparently I have one fan out there, and I've always said if there's one fan out there wanting some videos, then I guess I owe that one fan some videos. Um, yeah, so we're just gonna, I don't even know what we're doing, but right now the house is empty. It's just me, the wife. She works overnights as a police dispatcher, and tomorrow I'll be going to my brother's house, and I'm gonna talk to him about doing some video showing, like doing some videos showing off kind of some of our work and future projects and future plans. Again, you would like my brother. If you like me, if you think, well, here's an entertaining fellow, well, you would like my brother because he's like me, but he's his own version of me as well, and I'm my own version of him. We synergize fairly well. Don't always agree, and sometimes our arguments are more entertaining than our agreements. But that'll be that. Right now, here we are. We're on Grublet, of course. I'm still on the team America 2. And I wanted to mention this guy, one of the co-leaders, Slappy Skywalker. You'll notice his victory points is 1,333. He says he's pushing to be like one of the top ranked player in the category of victory points. So good luck. I applaud you, Mr. Slappy Skywalker, for your continued push in that department. You are a fantastic player, and there you go. On the subject of operations, I was trying to think for my one fan, my audience of one, what kind of videos should I do? I don't want to go and start commenting on people's attacks, because if I start commenting on people's attacks, then I'll have to start highlighting some of the consistent people who attack fairly poorly, and I don't want to be going through and calling any specific person out. That's just not what I want to be. I have done that before on channels or on this channel in the past, and sometimes I would get really mad because at the time I was rooting, trying to build a team, that could get it done, right? And there were players that would help, be more of a hindrance than a help. And I used this channel to communicate with them. It was understood when you joined the team that I created back then. It was like, there's a YouTube channel. We don't need you to watch all the videos, but we did want you to like at least check in and kind of understand the thought process behind, but that's in the past. I'm way beyond that. But if I start looking at attacks now of players, and then you'll find that there's a few players that I consistently call out consistently, and I just don't want to do that. So I don't want you to ever know that there's a specific player or two that consistently has shitty attacks. Anyway, all right, so now that we've discussed that, unfortunately, we did lose this curtain call, but if you'll go through our points here, you'll see that we were on a fairly nice string. But then we kind of goofed up, and here we are today. Just standard stuff, there are always a few people who just don't attack, and that, that hurts everybody. That hurts, but I'm not going to be going through calling out any one players, because that's just not how I do business anymore, okay? So some players are better than others, and that's just will always be true. I am not going to start an op if one of the other actual team leaders, because I'm kind of an imposter officer here. I just needed to be. I'm not a co-leader. Don't want to be a co-leader. But I did. I was running into a problem where they would start an op. I would look at a base and be like, okay, that's the base I'm going to hit. But since I didn't have the ability to put notes anywhere in any form or fashion, people would kind of attack my base. And it's like, oh, well, if you know what my plan is, then you can help. But if you don't know what my plan is, then you'll probably do something that kind of messes up my plan and put me in a spot where I have to recalculate, all the business that again, I put thought into this. This matters to me. So, that's why I requested to be an officer. Yay, they did that. So now I'm able to notate. But I'm not starting an op now. If an op has not started by the time I'm going to go to bed. I will sleep, and I'll wake up again. And when I wake up again, if an op has not started, I will then start one at that time, and hopefully we'll beat it. But I'm not going to focus on that now. Let's go through here, Grublet. I guess what I'm doing on this video is we'll do a few attacks. Excuse me. I don't have anything like super pivotal or critical to say. There were a couple bases that I know I'll be able to beat, so let's go through and beat them. I just noticed that I have hacking still on Everspark, but right now I'm just going to test the strength of the base just by pure gunboat, because I'll notice that it's level 49. So I'm just kind of getting an idea of what kind of strength it is. Okay, I can handle that for sure. We're going to go in and just beat it. But let me go swap out my hacking, because I won't be needing that. Pull that up. Do love my critters. Attack. Okay. So, when you're a Grublet and things matter, first thing you want to do is get rid of rockets. That's important. Mortars aren't fun either, so I'm going to utilize this time I'm going to barrage right in between here. See if we can kill that mortar, which it's pretty weak, but it will also take out that rocket. Okay. I'm going to come over here to this rocket. Let's get rid of that. So we know it's going to take 2 hits. Oh, shoot. I missed a spot. I don't care about that sniper, so I'm not going to waste a bomb. We're going to barrage this shock launcher. And we'll need 1 bomb on that. Okay, so we're good there. Everything's looking good. Beautiful. So I'm going to fight that rocket. Of course, I have enough gunboat to do it, but I really love fighting singular rockets. So I always allow myself the opportunity. This is how I drop on regular basis a lot with Grublet. It's not always necessary, but this is how I do it often. We're now going to critter there. We're going to flare to that corner. Get ready for the smoke. Smoke. If you're a really confident smoker, you can kind of get away with a lot more of a gap. And I'm pretty confident. I'm going to barrage that rocket there. Get rid of that. And I'm a very confident smoker. But not so confident that I trust my gaps, if that makes sense. I see some mean critters coming at me, so I'm going to send after some critters on my own. So I am aware that you can gap better, which will be more, beneficial to the gunboat energy that you spend. But I really like a nice area to smoke, because if your gap is just even a little bit off, you can lose half your dang troops. And I just noticed that I have a way more gunboat than I need, so we're just going to launch a bunch of critters. This was obviously an easy base, very low level, not difficult at all. But when I saw that I had it on my map earlier, but I was like, well, next time I do a video, I'll beat it then. So there you go, did that. We lost 4 riflemen. But yeah, on the smoke gaps, I guess I could do some base challenges for you. These are bases that, I mean, you know, if I tried, I could probably do it just for the entertainment, just for the content. But it also occurs to me, I mean, I could get my team, I with my other accounts, could do some base challenges, and I could get, you know, teammates do base challenges. That way I'm not, you know, losing the troops or anything. Yeah, I mean, I might be able to beat this guy, but it might be a little difficult. I could fight this rocket easy enough, but I'd have to deal with this shock launcher, both of them. Nah, I'm not gonna, no, I don't think he's really worth it. If I was fully boosted, absolutely. So I know I'm not gonna get him. That's an already no, so let's just find new opponent. Level 59. Okay, remember, it's not, when you're dealing with the Grublet, it's not about strength necessarily, it's all about layout. It's a weak layout for sure. If I got rid of that rocket and this rocket and this one, so that's 3. Okay, I should be able to fight this other stuff. Smoke to the back easy enough. Yeah, it's a pretty weak layout. Not even going to wait for extra troops. I'll go in just a little bit short. So, if you're gonna use artillery, use it on multiple things. Okay. And that will barrage. Okay, see what happens there. That took care of that. If we're gonna use artillery, use it on multiple things. Okay, it didn't kill the boom cannon there, but that's okay. The shock launchers will be out of play. We are going to get to this corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Swap to critter, then do 4 more. Okay, we're going to critter there to get rid of those mines. We're getting ready for the smoke job. Looking good so far. So smoking is important to me in more ways than one, if you get my drift. Ha ha, that was hilarious. Let's flare up here. You know, the game has evolved for sure a lot in the years that I was away and not playing super active. So, you know, I guess I understand how a modern player who's level 76, you know, will look at some of my, you know, my strongest accounts and as the level 60s and like, oh, you're still a noob. It's like, dude, I've been playing since the beginning. I just got bored, walked away. I was really good. You know, I was something of a minor, like, C-level celebrity in those early days. You know, the Wild West of Boom Beach, when you just kind of get away with all kind of things. The game has, while the game has evolved, it hasn't changed much. You know, my tricks still work. Like, yeah, I'm still just doing my business. No matter what troops you're using, no matter what plan you come up with, it's ultimately going to come down to, are you able to, especially on an operation, are you able to maximize the attacks that you have at your disposal? Are you able to get the absolute every single drop that you can out of it? And I'm pretty good. It's what I was known for back then. I was good with my offensive accounts. Then I made the Grublet account as kind of like a joke. You know, just, it was silly. It was dumb. There was no reason for it at all. There's still no reason for it at all. But it was funny, and I just stuck with it. And everybody who told me, there was like, well, there's no way you can, you know, win a base if the you know, this is your offensive limitation. And I said, well, I'm pretty good at the game. So in the early days, it wasn't until 2 years ago, or when, and there's videos, before this, I did these videos today, there were some other videos in the past, the most recent, and I clicked on them this morning when I had a comment, asked me to do more videos. Excuse me. Could I beat this guy? Maybe. But yeah, I clicked on the old video, and Grublet was still rocking all resource rewards. So somewhere in the past year, I swapped over to offensive statues. So I have video documentation of how good I was with Grublet with no offensive statues. So yeah, my resume kind of speaks for itself. But when I start talking about it in video, people have taken what I've said as like, oh, you brag too much. I'm like, well, no, I'm not trying to brag too much. I'm just trying to illustrate that I do kind of know what I'm talking about. Like I've been good at this game. I am good at this game. Sometimes I step away from the game and the game moves on without me, but every time that I've ever come back, I've always demonstrated that I still know the game. It still, is yet to change. It is yet to change so much that what I bring to the table stops being applicable. Applicable. Anyway, I tried my best on that word. Maybe I overreached, but that's me. That's what I do. I overreach. I'm going to go ahead and use another barrage here, because I'm noticing I'm going to get some extra gunboats from this other stuff, and because of the gunboat gain boost that's happening right now, it's pretty good. Alrighty. I know this mortar. Everybody see this mortar here? It's going to be a problem, but I'm going to deal with that later. Let me get focused on getting everybody in position. 2, 3, 4. Drop the critter, then 4 more. Okay. No problem. We are taking a little bit of risk there. Let's get rid of that. And the smoke job begins. Ultimately, in my mind, is the enemy has very limited number of seconds available to kill my troops. And my job as a Grublet driver is to get as many more seconds out of that few seconds as possible. So if I can turn 3 seconds of opportunity into 2 seconds of opportunity, then I win in this case. Alrighty, so now we're going to do everything in our power to get rid of this mortar. 2 barrages should be enough. Okay, it was not. That's alright. Sometimes they're a little tough there. Beautiful. Now let's start bombing this boom cannon, because we don't like boom cannons. I probably could have won without touching it. Let's see, what else can I do? Nothing. So we'll just drop this gunboat, because no reason. You can't take gunboat with you. You might as well use it on the base. So now we wait. Looks good. Looks like everything's going to work out the way we need it to. Welcome to Grublet. Sometimes it's a lot of this. Sometimes it's plenty of this. As we're sitting here and I'm just talking out loud just for the sake of the old rules of radio is like, just keep talking. Like, no matter what happens, just keep talking. Excuse me. I'm sitting here. Got my cats sleeping. One of them is named Comrade. The other one is Phoenix. I got my dog. Guess what his name is? You know it all. It's Grublet. That's correct. He is still with us. He is... geez, how old are you now, Grublet? He's looking at me. He is a Chihuahua. There are pictures of him on this YouTube channel somewhere, so we've already established we're not dealing with those guys. So that was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and swap over to Angie. Boom, bitch, Angie. There's one of the players on my team, I believe it was Fred actually, who doesn't really understand how the multiple accounts work. Again, I didn't create the rule, but back in the day, Fred, there was a period where if you had an Android phone, you were able to create multiple accounts through the Google Store or something like that. and thus have an account on each. As long as you had an email for each of the accounts, then you were able to have as many accounts as you wanted. I had, let's pull that up. Where are we going to find? Just to prove that this is true, Grublet. This account, or this team that I just searched, Grublet, named Grublet, it says, this team is one guy with 22 accounts. Other members must get 5 intel daily at bare minimum. As you see, that account, or this team is defunct. These are my accounts. If I ever was really determined, yes, I still have the ability to go in and activate these accounts. Matt Dragon, Willow, Blueberry, Bronze Emmett, Bartholomew. It was the Wild West. Like, we were trading accounts, and I had so many accounts. And now I just drive the 3. But this is Angie. We have her loaded all Scorchers, and that's just so we don't have to swap troops when I'm doing op attacks. Okay, so the supply chest is available. I would be easy enough to fill the supply chest with just the NPCs here, but come on, we're doing a video. Let's try to get some players, and I'm just gonna do these are unboosted, no scout raids. I'm just going to click. If it's a base that I've already looked at, then I'll try to hit refresh, but that's what we're going for, is non-boosted, no scout raids. Here we go. Though over on the Grublet, that was all unboosted as well. Okie dokie. So what do we need to get rid of here? Let's get rid of these shock launchers. We're going to spread it out with the barrage. Okay. Not bad. Can we take care of that? All right, not bad. I'll take it. We're going to drop 1 boat of critters, and we're going to drop Everspark, and we're going to get as many Scorchers on the ground as possible, and we're going to wait for the opportunity to drop more Scorchers. There's another one. These are unboosted. And boom, there you go. We have all Scorchers on the field. Let's start shocking some boom cannons. It looks like we have lost a Scorcher, but that's okay. As long as we get the supply chest open, it's fine. And I'll get this video posted. So at this point, I'm just kind of... That gunboat gain, if you don't know what it is, if you have it fully boosted on the what is it called? The tribal things on the main map there, that gunboat gain, as I understand it and I observe it, goes, instead of getting 3 gunboat when you destroy a thing, you get 5 gunboat. And on just a small scale, that doesn't make a huge difference. But on a bigger scale, it does get different. Like it adds up a lot. I don't mind losing Scorchers, because one of my tricks is the fact that I technically don't need all of the Scorchers. Running a Grublet all these years has trained me to think about having less troops instead of more troops. And yeah, I'm more than happy and comfortable with utilizing more gunboat and less Scorchers. So if I lose a couple here and there, it's fine. Okay, we are... Alright, we're going to fight up here. There's no reason... I certainly have the ability to smoke up there, but we're just going to drop everybody here. Keep them all grouped. Okay, and... we have enough for 1 flare, so we're going to send it right there. And then we're going to wait for our opportunity. So what? We have 1 undropped Scorcher. You know what? We're just going to leave them. Leave them behind. We're not even bringing them. We're going to just go with Everspark and the Scorchers I got. Okay. It's almost time to start doing some things. Here we go. Beautiful. This is fine. This is fine. For unboosted Scorcher runs, you just kind of accept. You're going to lose some. Now it's time to start getting aggressive with the critters. Make sure everybody is doing their job. In my personal opinion, as long as I can have 4 Scorchers, then I'm dangerous. And various other troop combos. You give me a couple of bombardiers. Like, I know how to get small amounts of troops in effective, in a winning position. My whole career was built on that. So losing a troop here or there, not really that big of a concern. Now it's when a full total loss, like that sucks. So we lost 4 there. So be it. We're just gonna keep going. I didn't want to. Did I hit that? Okay. Whew. Thought I hit that I reinforced via diamonds. Okay. So we're just gonna keep going. These are no scouts, boosted, unboosted, no scout raids. That's how it works. And we go until we can't go no more. Alrighty. See. Like what I'm seeing so far. I like what I'm seeing so far. What's happening here? So I'm going to get rid of this shock launcher. 2, 3, 4. Okay, not a fan of that, but that's alright. Because we're going to drop 1 critter there. 1, 2, 3. There. We're going to flare here, and I'll show you why. Because we're going to utilize this grappler to get in position. He's going to help me out there. Like, thank you, sir. And I'm accepting that I'm taking some damage down there. I'm alright with that. I am okay with that. Will I lose? I'll probably lose, but I'm alright with that. Because we're just trying some different things. Now, we start shocking. Oh, that boom guy is getting me, the surprise booms. Alright, that didn't work out great, but that's life. No big deal. What we'll do is we're then going to go get just destroy an NPC there. Just the one. Save the next one for the next round when I'm doing a run. Get that supply chest. Boom. Beautiful. And now let's hop over to none and wrap him up. See what I can do on him real quick. Beautiful. Okay. Supply chest. Again, unboosted, no scout raids. This will be with the Scorcher combo. And we will just, same thing. We're just going to keep going till we have no troops. Or we've done the supply chest. So we'll see what happens. So now that I got this combo, I have to think a little different. These lasers are problematic. So I'm just going to keep it shocked. Let's think about you. Well, didn't mean to do that. Alright, you have to forgive me. I know it's a boosted, unboosted, no scout raid, and it's me looking and scouting. I'll do it fast. What I meant to do was show you guys, and myself, that this laser in there. Okay, so they're going to be out of position. So I need to eliminate this. So here we go. Got a plan. Everybody. We're just going to drop troops over here. Nothing fancy there. But we have to keep this area locked down in this case. I'm going to accept that the shock launcher is doing its thing. But it's more important to me that I keep this grappler and this laser locked down. And I'm going to accept the consequences. Because again, this is intentional, that we'll just go until we'll keep going until we have no troops. And I could do like multiple shocks, but a large part of my shtick, as you know, is to try to maximize every level. But sometimes I overdo it where I'm like, no, I'll wait. And then before you know it, I look down, I have like 100 unused gunboat, and I'm like, oh, I should probably start using some gunboat there. So that happens. That definitely happens. Alrighty, yeah, we're looking good. Everything's fine. We had some losses. Losses are going to happen. That's just more gunboat that I get to use for the next one. So it's fine. Here we go. That was 2 of the points. Unboosted. No scout raid. Regardless of level, I'm just clicking it. Alright, I'll be able to shock this little grouping and fight them. That's good. My rule about ops, bombing things at the end and fighting at the things at the beginning, basically applies. But it's not as like, I'm not as adamant, militant about it. All right, so I'm going to bomb this guy because I don't want to be fighting over there. I want to be fighting over here. We will do 1 critter. We will drop Everspark first, and then we will shock. Boom. And if you get the timing down right, just as the Scorchers are running out there to take the lead of position, Everspark should have dropped her first batch of critters, and your Bombardiers should, at that point, be ready to start launching. I protect my Bombardiers with critters by just launching them over any mines that I see. Any mines. Even the weak mines, just you never know. Bombardiers don't have tons of defense. So even if I'm losing Scorchers, I'll take it. Like, I'd rather lose Scorchers than my Bombardiers. That's why I brought Scorchers. I brought them to not let my Bombardiers die. So as long as they're achieving that task, then I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see, let's go ahead and shock you. Boom Beach, is it's a fast game. Like, once you're in there, just it goes by quick. You can't explain every decision in real time. You just see what you have, you glance, and you hope what you clicked in real time benefited the overall goal. And in this case, it did. So cool. I like the Scorchadair combo better than the full Scorchers, but in an operation, I find that the Scorcher that you need a full Scorcher. So that's why I keep Angie loaded with full Scorchers, because I don't like swapping troops for an op. And I just feel like more often than not, I'm going to need Angie on Scorchers. That just seems to always be like the case. If I destroyed you, and I destroyed you, then that's kind of, I could probably, second guessing myself. It's not something I do typically. So we're just going to go in short. What we'll do here is we're going to bomb every shock launcher. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I like that. Get rid of you. Will 1 barrage do it? Not bad. Start getting the critters involved. And I use a lot of critters with this combo. And even if the critters die fast, not a big deal, because it's just one more thing that the defenses have no choice but to look at, while all the while my bombardiers are just cleaning house. They're just lining up. I love my bombardiers, man. Like, they're really good. I don't like grenades. I understand them. Like, I accept they have some value, but no, I'm just not into it. I've never been into it. When they first introduced the troop and it was a brand new thing, like there was a period where everybody was like, "Yeah, these are awesome," and I'm like, no, you're lying to yourself. You're confusing the word new with awesome. They weren't good then. I don't think they're good now. Just, but then somebody will beat me, raid me with grenade and say, "Oh, well, see, grenades are great." I'm like, yeah, my name is literally none defense. That's how it all started. That I was going to be exclusively an offensive player all that time ago, and I got so good at it that I created a grublet. Like, one thing immediately led to the other. Like, they were not disconnected. But there you go. We've done a couple of supply chests. We've talked about things. We talked about pointless things in the morning after I go to bed soon. We'll swap back over to Grublet there. If an operation hasn't been started, I personally will start one. I guess I'll do a video looking in real time, me planning that operation. And, we'll just talk about the decisions of how I make them, I guess. So, thank y'all so much for listening. Y'all have a beautiful evening, and good night.